So technically I'm Gen Z, and I feel like our generation gets a lot of bad rep. I can understand in certain aspects with the emphasis that's on TikTok since the pandemic, but at the same time, I feel like there is a collective of my generation that's just gems waiting to be found. When I was a kid, social media wasn't a thing. I grew up with a lot of MTV music videos, and some of the stuff that my millennial sister had fine interest in, Sonic, Game Gear, and all of her burned CDs. So I would say I'm an older Gen Z. According to my older sister, her life was pretty smooth sailing in terms of making a good living for herself. It seemed to work. The American dream, graduating high school, going to college, meeting the man of your dreams, having kids, your white picket fence. For social media, that seemed realistic for me too. Middle school was when Snapchat came about, for me anyway, and everyone had it. Instagram also became very popular, and so did Tumblr. I'm not trying to exclude a lot of the millennial social medias, but I feel like those platforms were more for sharing your thoughts, music you may like, and personal forms of social media didn't come about until Snapchat and Instagram. Seeing people living a dream that you so desperately want. Social media started to change the goals I had for myself, and it started to make me feel like I wasn't important if I didn't uphold those goals. And with time and with endless scrolling, I realized that I gradually didn't even have hope in becoming anything in the future. Life became pretty dull. It made me realize I may not be good enough. Becoming not enough started to unravel as if it had already been there. I don't think I ever really took note of not being good enough or trauma or anything like that until I started using social media. Don't get me wrong, mindfulness is awesome, and it's great to be aware of the things that you're struggling with. Having a low self-esteem is something that most people struggle with at least a little bit in their life. Social media made it really hard for me to even love the things about myself that were lovable. I wanted to be happy all the time. I wanted to be liked and have millions of followers, and I wanted to be popular. I started to lose the meaning of what life is all about. Based off of a photo, we decided whether someone was worthy to be in our life. Here we are in 2025, and sure, the other platforms that I mentioned, Snapchat, Instagram, they're still very popular, but we've come to a different age where TikTok has kind of taken over a lot. I used to scroll on TikTok all day long, literally. I had to take a step back one day and realize that I just was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and wasn't learning anything. I thought I was learning. You could ask me anything and I probably would know the answer because of TikTok. But I wasn't learning anything at all. Learning in life comes through experience. Anything you want in the world, and there's a million different answers. It's become a problem. There's endless choice now, and it's not just Gen Z that is subject to this scrolling or social media or being on your phone. Nowadays, it's the entire world. Everyone has quirks. Everyone has a diagnosis. I can only speak for myself when I say that I'm concerned for the future. I have seen that the kids that are up and coming have their own set of different challenges as a result of social media, as a result of overstimulation. It wasn't until I looked down in my hand that I realized the problem. I'm a parent. This is coming from a parent's perspective. I can't speak for your perspective, but for me, this is what helped me make the decision. If we know that screen time is a problem amongst the upcoming generation, and we know how much they're struggling behavior-wise, maybe we should look in our hand, because most of the time we're all holding a phone. and we're all doing the same exact thing that we want them to stop doing. And if she's seeing a parent who is also scrolling, who's also wanting this and wanting that, for me, that was the turning point in my life when I realized that I'm the problem. And I don't think any of us genuinely want to believe we may be the problem, but I was able to admit that, yeah, I was making a mistake, and so was her dad. It's still been a challenge to put the phone down, given that I am Gen Z and we were the generation that just was placed an iPhone in our hand. I'm getting to the point now where I can lose my phone at home and not care at all. Anyone that knows me and needs to reach me is able to in various different ways. And I think that was part of the attachment I had to my phone. It's not just social media. It's the security of holding something that you know has all the answers in a generation where we thought we had the answers until we were given a phone and shown that there is no answer. There's always going to be something that makes us feel like we don't know enough. And the very odd thing that I am so happy about is that I'm grateful that I don't know it all. I don't want to know it all. I don't want to know the exact perfect way to garden my garden this year. It's already enough. I guess I just want to close out with saying that if you feel like social media and your phone is keeping you hostage from actually enjoying your life and hanging out with your friends and being present with your loved ones, then just know it's okay to want community. And honestly, we need community. When I put my phone down and I just say hi to someone else that I typically might have just walked by, or to greet someone by their name, I can guarantee you will start to feel more content and happy with your own life if you start making a step. One step to do something in your life every day that you probably wouldn't have done the day before. There's a community out there for you. As hard as it is to let social media go, and as hard as it was when we bit the bullet and just did it, we gained so many friends and family in real life that show up for us and that we laugh with and hang out with and have joy with, who our kids look to as aunts and uncles and grandparents. And we would have never known that that community was out there if we had stayed behind our screen. I hope this helped somebody. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. And if you have any topics you're interested in or would like to hear more, please comment your thoughts down below. And I hope you have a great day.